At the heart of Guangzhou, one of China's top cities, just steps away from its business center, hides a row almost swallowed by high rises, Shipai Village. From above, it looks like a great maze. In this area of only 0.73 square kilometers, about the size of 100 football fields, there are more than 3,000 buildings with a resident population of over 100,000. Densely packed buildings and intricate streets make it routine for delivery drivers to get lost here.
As I walk inside this construction, I could feel the air temperature just instantly drop by at least 5 degrees. Because you see there, it's pretty much no sunlight inside this construction.
This place is often called the modern-day Kowloon Walled City by outsiders. Though small in size, it has all the basic amenities. Another reason Shipai Village earns this nickname is that it feels like another city of darkness. The village is incredibly dense, filled with handshake buildings, so close together that restaurants can literally reach across narrow lanes and shake hands.
You see, there's like no gap between these two buildings.
Because the buildings are constructed wall to wall with almost no spacing and setbacks, sunlight barely reaches the ground. Lower floors are often dim, humid, and ventilated only through alley gaps. Like Kowloon's, many buildings were added floor by floor by individual owners without formal urban planning.
We are getting a little lost in this narrow passageway here. 呢度冇路啦。唉，有冇路啊？冇。我覺得我哋行唔到。我都覺。啊！OK， 走了。好啊。好啦，我们回家啦，回家，回家。
You might have the exact same question as I do. Why does the city have such a massive yet chaotic landscape right in the middle of its most expensive district? Here's what I found. Shipai started as a rural village long before Guangzhou's urbanization. The land here is collectively owned by native residents, not by the government. As the city center area expanded, this land became extremely valuable. Yet, it was never fully subjected to the same urban planning regulation as the surrounding zones. That's why we now see the sharp contrasts in the landscape. A dense, almost self-contained neighborhood sitting inside Guangzhou's glittering CBD. As I walk through the village, I notice landlords sitting by the entrance of buildings, looking for new tenants to rent their rooms. Here are two rental listings I found. Given their price, location, and condition, I think they are quite decent. I saw online that some people describe this place as a slum, but what they don't realize is that many native villagers are actually quite well off. They receive annual dividends from the villagers' collective economy, which includes rental housing, commercial developments, and land use rights. However, it's hard to find concrete numbers since locals tend to keep this information private, but rumor online suggests that annual dividend range anywhere from 7,000 to 120,000 RMB per person. 你的猫猫吗？
对呀、
它叫什么名字？
咩
可以摸它是吗？
可以的，可以打字呀。
好乖。谢谢你让我摸它。
我家还有一只狗，
是吧？是什么狗狗？
泰迪呀。
Shipai Village is crowded and chaotic, but also deeply real. For many dream chasers who wanted to start a new life in a metropolitan city for more opportunities, Shipai Village is often their first stop in Guangzhou. It's these very buildings that make it possible for countless migrant workers to build a life in this big city. Here, rent can be as low as 500 RMB per month, enough to get a small room right at the heart of downtown. For many young people coming from other provinces, it is a way to stay in the city and keep their dream alive at a low cost. Just like renting a tiny room in the middle of Manhattan for just $100 a month. Some people found their first job here, some wrote their first song, and later become stars. Others move on and become tech founders, like Ding Lei, the Chinese billionaire founders and CEO of NetEase, a major internet and gaming company who also once lived here. And there are many who choose to stay, continuing to dream in this village within the city. Shipai Village will soon become history. The village now stands at a major turning point. It is scheduled for demolition. This densely packed community of concrete and alleyways will soon disappear from Guangzhou city center. Every staircase, window, and street that once carried daily life will become part of history. If you have the chance to visit Guangzhou, take some time to walk through Shipai Village before it's gone.